Good morning, students, and welcome to the class of water of crystallization. So, this water of crystallization is also termed as hydrated salt. There are some salts which contain a few water molecules as an essential part of their crystal structure. As you can see in the examples given here, CuSO4 dot 5s2. You can see Na2CO3 dot 10s2, or you can see FeSO4 dot 7s2. So what you find here, that there are some water molecules which forms a part of their crystal structure. Now, what these water molecules are termed as? These are not free water molecules. Okay, these are not the free water molecules. So these water molecules are termed as water of crystallization. So how will you define? So given definition, the water molecules which form part of their structure of a crystal, that means a salt. Those water molecules which forms the part of a salt are called water of crystallization. So these water molecules 5s2O, 7s2O, 10s2O, 2s2O, half s2O, you have seen about the gypsum CaSO4.2s2O. You have seen plaster of Paris, that is CaSO4 half s2O. So dot half s2O, that means that it contains half water molecule. So the salt which contain water of crystallization are called hydrated salt. Those salt which have dot s2O with them, either in the term of 5, 10, 12, half, 2. But the salts which contain water of crystallization are termed as hydrated salt. And every hydrated salt has a fixed number of molecules of water of crystallization in its one formula unit. Every molecule has a formula. We know very well that every compound has a formula. So in that formula unit, every salt has a fixed number of water molecule. This water molecule only is termed as water of crystallization. Now, if you see example again, copper sulfate, it contains 5 water molecules. Yes, that means that in one formula unit of copper sulfate we have 5 molecules of water of crystallization. So what will be the name of the whole compound? Copper sulfate, it is okay, but how we name this dot 5s2O? So it is termed as penta. 5 means penta. You have seen in the mathematics also mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, none, decta. Similarly here also we are using the same term. So copper sulfate, pentahydrate. For water molecule we say hydrate. So copper sulfate, pentahydrate. Sodium carbonate, decahydrate. Ferrous sulfate, heptahydrate. You have seen the previous gypsum, calcium sulfate, dihydrate, having 2 water molecules, whereas the POP was having the half molecule, we told it semihydrate. Yes, so we can name such compounds. Now, so we have to notice one thing, that it is not plus 7s2O, it is dot 7s2O. When we write plus 7s2O, that means that water molecule is free. And when water molecule is free, it will be in the aqueous form, it will wet the salt. But these water molecules are with having a dot symbol. Dot means it is a part of the compound. It is not free, it is a part of the compound. So it will not wet the compound. So written here, the water crystallization is not free water. So it does not wet the salt. Yes. And what is the use of this water of crystallization? These water crystallization, they are giving the salt their shape. Yes, the salt, how they get their shape. So with the help of this water molecule only, they are getting their shape. And also in some cases, they are imparting them the color. Yes, this copper sulfate, .5s2O, you will find in the laboratory that these salts are blue in color. Copper sulfate crystals are blue in color because this water crystallization, it is giving a blue color to the copper sulfate solution. But when you are going to heat this crystal, it will lose water molecule. It becomes simple CuSO4. You will find the color is lost. There is no blue color. Similarly, ferrous sulfate .7s2O. If you will see the crystals, you will find out that they are green in color. So these water molecules provide them the color also. That's why I give an example: copper sulfate pentahydrate, blue; ferrous sulfate heptahydrate, it is green. Now, in the next video, continuing this only, not in the next class, but in the continuing next video, we will discuss about the action of heat on this hydrated salt. Okay, now we will see about the action of heat on hydrated salt. Now see what it is written there. When hydrated salts are heated strongly, they lost their water of crystallization. Yes, thus losing their regular shape and color. Now if you see copper sulfate .5s2O, it was blue in color. Now when we heat this salt strongly, what happened? The 5 water molecule which was a part of salt, it becomes free now. It is now free. So copper sulfate plus 5s2O, and as it is free, it moves away from this salt. So as the salt will lose its water crystallization, the shape and the color will also be lost. And such salts whose water of crystallization are lost, they are termed as anhydrous salt. The salts which lost their water of crystallization are called anhydrous salts. And the process of removing or the removal of water of crystallization is termed as dehydration. Yes, dehydrate. You have heard this term. To dehydrate means to remove the water, to lose the water. So dehydration. But one thing is important, that this dehydration, it is a reversible process. How it is reversible? Now, if you are going to add water to this anhydrous salt, what happens? It will again attach 5 water molecules, that is lost, to become blue again. For this, you can do an activity or experiment. How you can do? So take a test tube, and in that test tube put some copper sulfate crystals, that is blue in color. Now close that test tube and heat it. And on heating, what you will find, that the blue colored sulfate crystals will turn white and a powdery substance is formed. So where this water molecules has gone, you will see tiny water droplets have formed on the water, on the glass of the test tube. Now let us cool this test tube, and then you add 2 to 3 water molecules, or when the test tube is cooled, the water molecules which were evaporated on the glassless tube will condense down and fall back into the salt, and you will see again that white colored crystals has been restored back to blue color. That means that the water lost has been again absorbed by the salt. So this process is known as absorption. So rehydration, you can say rehydration. To rehydrate, it was dehydrate, but again adding water is termed as dehydrate. So this is all about your water of crystallization. So now with this topic we have come to an end to the second chapter, acids, bases and salts. I am sending you some homework. So do it properly in your note. And till then, take care and thank you.